Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
If you're looking for the next best thing to invest in, try investing in your long-term health with Forward. Forward is intelligent medicine with a personal touch. Their doctors are dedicated to catching top killers like cancer and heart disease early, which could save you tens of thousands of dollars in the long run. So invest in a doctor that's invested in you. Visit GoForward.com to learn more about how Forward can help you manage your long-term health risks for one flat monthly fee. That's GoForward.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Secret Artists Podcast. I'm your host, Annie McGrath, and this week I'm joined by the lovely Camille Yuchan. Brilliant writer, brilliant performer, brilliant friend. We talk about Zen brushwork, silk painting, writing for kids' TV, all sorts of things, whilst we paint her French bulldog, Belle. So hope you enjoy the episode. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter to see our paintings at Secret Art Pod, and give us a nice little review if you enjoy it. Here goes. Camille Yuchan is a comedy writer and performer who recently starred in Sky One's Cinderella After Ever After, alongside Celia Imrie and Sian Gibson. She also played the leading role of Nikki in the critically acclaimed, but I've written critically lauded Channel 4 sitcom Lee and Dean, and has appeared in Absolutely Fabulous, BBC One's comedy drama Truckers, Matt Lucas's silent comedy Pompidou and Gittins for Channel 4. Camille is 1/3 of sketch comedy trio Birthday Girls and is the final one of the group to appear on Secret Artists. Whee! So I'm delighted we can finally complete the triangle.
Annie, that intro makes me sound well good.
You are well good. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Bad start to the day, left my microphone at home. So having got in early and got the train to the studio.
What? You're not at home?
No, I'm in my artist studio.
Of course, I've heard of it. The one where you do the painting?
Yeah.
So you're painting there, your podcast recording,
it's
everything.
All going on. Yeah.
Do you feel like it makes a difference having a studio to do your art in? Do you make better art in your studio than you did in your bedroom?
I don't think I necessarily make better art, but I think it's good psychologically to have somewhere to go because it feels like you're doing work, even if no one's paying you for it.
I bumped into someone on the street the other day who's a writer, comedy writer, and I was taking the dog for a walk and he was also on a walk, and he said that every morning because obviously everyone's working from home, he gets up in the morning, gets ready, goes out for a walk, and then when he comes back into his flat, he pretends that that's his office and he's not allowed to faff about in his bedroom or whatever. He's got to be like, right, I'm walking into work now. That's
a good idea.
Yeah.
Does he wear a different outfit, like a suit or something?
Yeah, not that I noticed. I mean, comedy writer. You're going to be in your comfies anyway.
Yeah, it's good not having the distraction of like washing clothes and stuff and eating.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same top a few days in a row. I'm changing my knickers.
Sure. Bra on, bra off.
Oh. Bra on, because someone told me if you don't wear your bra when you're into your 30s, your boobs will just sag.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
I mean,
so.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I've got a friend who now even wears her bra overnight. She says it makes a difference. I know, she's got a special comfy one for bed.
Underwired? Surely not.
No. Like a t-shirt bra. In between a bra and a sports bra, a bed bra.
I know, like a crop top, like your first ever bra.
That's what I'm looking for, crop top.
Nice. So, Camille, I know, are you a bit nervous?
Oh, do I seem it?
No, you don't seem it at all. It's just I was going to ask if you consider yourself an artist. But I know in your email you said, I'm a terrible artist, but I don't think that's true.
Am I nervous? Yeah, I guess I'm not nervous about talking to you about art because I have accepted that I'm not, au fait with art. I'm not like, I feel like I'd be nervous if I wanted you to believe that I knew about art and I was good at art. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't want you to be. It seems now like I want you to be nervous. I really don't. I just, I'm interested in. Okay, so what's your choice of muse today? What are we going to be drawing or painting?
We are going to be drawing my puppy Belle.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased.
And I'm pissed off that you guessed this was my muse, because a few days ago when you said to me, is Belle your muse? And I was like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, well, now Annie's got a few days head start to know what she's going to be drawing. Your drawing's already going to be so much better than mine. I didn't need you to have a head start.
But I haven't done anything. I haven't even looked.
You better
at
not
a
have been
photo of
sketching pugs.
I've not been sketching all weekend.
She's not a pug. She's a French bulldog.
She's gorgeous. I love her.
Thank you.
I'm excited because we've painted a cat before on the podcast.
Oh yeah, no dogs.
Harriet Kemsley's cat, R.I.P. But we haven't yet. Not as a result of the podcast. We've not yet done a puppy. So.
Yay! Well, to be honest, I am a little bit nervous about that because I think even though I've accepted, I know my drawing's going to be bad. I'm nervous about how bad it's going to be. Like, it's going to be like a 5-year-old has done it. And that, you know...
That's fine, it can be abstract.
That is, no matter what, that is embarrassing.
So is Belle going to be... obviously, we're talking on Zoom. Is Belle going to be there? Are you drawing her from life? Or are we going to...
She's lying down by my feet at the moment, but who knows how long that will last. So I can't trust her to be a reliable life model.
So should we work from a photo?
And right now I can only see her sort of torso and legs, not her head. Her head's sort of under my chair.
Her head's the best bit as well.
Her head is the best bit.
Bat ears that French bulldogs.
Yeah, let's work from a photo. So what, should I pick a photo and WhatsApp it to you? Or do we work from any photo?
We could do it on share screen if you email it.
Oh, great idea.
Is that easier?
Yeah,
you email it to Stuart and then he can share screen.
Oh God, I should have picked a photo, but I didn't think about this. Okay.
That's all right.
Would you rather like close? Oh, so her head is just by the chair that I'm sat on, and she's snoring, and the vibration is going into the chair, the leg of the chair.
In a sexy way.
So my foot is vibrating from her snoring. Not in a sexy way, Annie. No.
She's very cute. She was very well behaved when we watched England-Scotland together.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, she was. She's really into the Euros. Really into it. I don't know when this is going out.
Presumably she was supporting France.
Of course. Back to her roots. Annie, should I pick one that's got her whole body in or just mainly face?
Whichever you prefer. I'm quite into doing a sort of portrait of her, I reckon. Like head on. But I'm open to whatever you think.
Let's go with that. The first one.
I've sort of laid out some paints, including a neon pink.
Oh, Annie.
She's got some sort of pink ears, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has got pink ears. I've just got some colouring pencils and felt tips.
Perfect. That's great.
I didn't prepare any paints.
That's okay.
Right, let me email you this then.
Is Belle at full size now?
Very nearly, I believe. Her brother, my sister has her brother. He's called Romeo.
Amazing.
And he is twice her size.
Wow. Yeah, because my stepsister has a French bulldog as well, Mungo.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
I was going to try and set him and Belle up.
I would love that. Do you know what the first...
He lives in Kent.
Oh, Belle loves to travel. She's great on public transport.
She's fine with long distance.
Loves the train. She's been to Brighton.
Oh, wow.
The first dog I ever loved was called Mungo.
Oh.
My auntie had a dog called Mungo when I was a little baby, and I used to get in the dog bed with it and sleep with it.
Cute. What sort of dog was he?
Weird to let your child do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mungo was... What was she?
Oh, it was
she was a crossbreed. It was a she. Oh, was your Mungo? Mungo, you know, a boy.
Mungo's a he, yeah. Oh, it's such a good photo. Is this Belle on the train to Brighton?
This is Belle. No, this is actually Belle on the train the other day going down to friend of the pod, Rose Johnson.
I know her.
Who's in my sketch group Birthday Girls. We were going down to Rose's. I was working there for the day, and I took Belle on the bus, on the tube, on the overground, North London to South London. It's a real trek. And so she got to experience the triple threat of the public transport in London.
I like that you put her on a blanket, because lots of dog owners just let their dogs sit on the train seats, and I do find it quite gross.
Yeah, I feel like if that was me, I'd be judging someone if they didn't at least try and get her to stay on a blanket. Does she always stay on the blanket? No. But at least I've made the effort.
At least.
And you can't see it in this photo, Annie, but that is a personalised blanket. It does say Belle in a bone on it.
Oh, it's a great blanket. Sort of bright pink. It's like a towel, is it?
It's, towel-esque. Has she also got a personalised lunchbox and rucksack? Yes.
Oh my God.
Someone said to me the other day, just have a baby.
Yeah, it does feel like that. Right. Where are you starting on the picture?
Well, love you to sort of help me, actually. Where would you suggest I start?
So I'm going to try and do an outline to get the sort of silhouette of her shape, the shape of the face, right?
Okay, an outline, yeah.
The ears are sort of the same length as like half the head, aren't they?
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge. I'm asking you because I'm treating this like a little art class, Annie. Annie has actually taught me how to draw before. Do you remember, Annie?
Yeah. When we went for Brett's birthday, I ran a sort of life drawing class.
It was amazing. Brilliant teacher.
It was quite fun, and Rose was our life model, wasn't she?
She was. And I remember from that, you said to me the same thing. Camille, start with the outline.
Did I? I don't know if that's good advice, but it's good to get the proportions, I think, first.
I feel a bit... You know that feeling before you start something? I feel paralysed by it.
Right.
Like I can't quite put the pencil to the paper and begin.
I would just not worry too much about, like, you can go over different marks. You don't have to, like, once you've committed to a line, that doesn't have to be the final line. Like, I've done loads of lines already.
Well, how do you rub them out?
You don't have to rub them out. It's all part of the picture.
Interesting. Okay. I went to a workshop. Well, not recently. It was before the pandemic, so a while ago now. Have you ever heard of Zen brushwork?
No.
It's like, now I'm going to really bodge up the description of this. It's like doing kind of like calligraphy type style writing with huge big fat brushes. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, Zen brushwork. It's not calligraphy. It's Zen brushwork. It's like meditation and art together. At the start of the workshop, we did this really long meditation, and I was starting to panic, thinking, oh wow, is this just what it is? But then actually, once you've pushed through about 10 minutes of meditation, you're like, okay, I'm going to stick with it. And then actually, Stu has just brought up a website about Zen brushwork, and I think that woman on the website, Sarah, might have been the person that did my workshop.
Oh wow. So how did you hear about it?
My friend, who I used to actually care for her, and she lives in a nursing home now, and she used to teach art in prisons and hospitals and all over the place, and she would help people. Her sort of mission in life was to help people find their creativity and like what they wanted to do to be creative and how they could use creativity in their life. So she'd go into like offices with loads of like corporate people and do art and like see how they could make their business better by them being more creative.
So cool.
So yeah, she got me to go to this with her. She's done Zen brushwork a few times as a practice. And yeah, you have this huge big fat brush and this amazing thick black ink, and you try and you don't have many times to do it. Actually, you have like one practice and then you do it once, And the idea is that you don't, like you were saying, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, it's the process of doing it. The idea,
and I guess
is
with that, you can't really make a mistake. It's not like you're copying something. Presumably everyone just creates.
Well, you're copying you're copying the letter. You're meant to be doing a particular like symbol, and you are copying it, but their whole thing is like whatever mark you make on the paper in that time is the right mark. It doesn't matter if it's looks right or wrong. It's just the doing of it.
Yeah. Have you got your drawing?
Do you know what? I have somewhere. I'll have to dig that out and show you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. So was that quite relaxing as a sort of art form?
Yeah, it was. And I found it tricky to start with, that feeling of like, oh, I don't get to do that again. And I think it looks shit.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you had to go around and look at everybody's and say what you liked. And it made you realise that it doesn't matter if I did it right that time or not. I did it.
Yeah.
And even if you think it's a bit shit, it's still something. It might not be the thing that you thought was right, but it still can be good. Some of the people who did, I was like, that looks nothing like what she did, but it was still beautiful.
And was everyone quite supportive, or did anyone like really slag off your work?
Nobody slagged it off, thank the Lord. Maybe once I left the room. I don't know about you, but like how you get into comedy, it's from it being a hobby, and then when it becomes your job, and it becomes something that you have to, try and make a living from. There's a pressure on it to be good and for you to be good at it. So it's not a hobby anymore. It's quite nice to find a hobby that you're doing it just for the joy of creating something and doing it. Yeah. Like, do you feel like that about art now that you do sell your art? It's like you need a different.
I think it does become a different thing. Like, I still enjoy making work, but there's definitely a different element to it when it's like a commission or something someone's paying you for. Immediately there's a level of pressure that's different from just painting something because you want to, or it makes you feel better or whatever.
Do you find that you do that less and less then, or do you still?
I guess now I'm painting more for work, which is nice, but it's also it's less of a hobby than it used to be. What's your like go-to creative outlet now that comedy's your job?
I'm trying to discover one. I feel like since she said that, I've been trying to find. I find it quite hard to start doing something and not feel like I want to get really good at it, just to do it. But
do you still do yoga?
I do, actually. Yeah, I do yoga.
I mean, I know that's not necessarily like a creative thing, but that's quite a good outlet. And
no, it is. I do find that. But I don't have one that's a creative one. I did buy, in lockdown, I bought one of those embroidery kits.
Nice.
Have I finished it? No. It's a woman, it's a headless woman. With sort of flowers coming out of her head and a pair of knickers. I've done the knickers. I've not...
Started with the knickers.
What else have I tried? So embroidery. I feel like I've not got the patience for embroidery.
No, I don't think I have either. I've never been very good at anything that's sort of sewing related.
But I kind of feel like that about art in general. I feel like I'm maybe not patient enough.
But that's why painting, I think, is great, because it doesn't have to look like anything. I feel like with embroidery and like
true.
sewing, you have to. I mean, it shows how little I know about it that I'm calling it sewing. But any sort of textiles, you have to follow like a pattern, or if you're making a shirt, it has to fit. Whereas with painting,
you can just splodge.
Do what you like. Yeah.
You're right, actually. I mean, I don't know if I've told you this before. I think I have. I did used to love art at school. And I did think about taking it for GCSE. But then we had parents' evening before we picked our GCSEs, and the art teacher said to me and my mum that I was definitely not the next Picasso. And
that's such a stupid thing. to say.
I know. I mean, of course I know I'm not the next Picasso. I don't think I was suggesting that I was.
No.
But I think just that comment made me think, okay, she doesn't think I should be taking art, so I didn't take it. And
that's obviously stayed with you as well, like thinking
I think it has, I definitely do think that I then thought, okay, I'm not good at this. Don't pursue this.
Bad.
And I mean, some of the shit that gets produced at GCSE art.
Yeah. I
mean, come on.
I feel like you did. So when you hosted that CBBC show, A Week to Beat the World.
Yeah.
Right in thinking you did some art on that.
Yeah, I did. What's it called? So it was when we were in Malaysia. And we went to, what's it called when they, I should remember this. Okay, so it's on silk and they're painting on silk.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Batik.
Oh, yeah.
I went to a factory where they do loads of batik and watched them do it. And then they let me do some. And, oh, wow, it was bad.
Were you doing it with the kids?
No, it was just me doing that bit. That was a little private jaunt for me.
Oh.
I mean, they were very polite about it, but it was terrible. I'll send you a picture. And then what did I buy there? I bought some batik home. It's in my bathroom. Some fish.
Oh, nice. Was it fun to do though? It
was really fun to do. I loved it because you do the outline and then you get the paint and it's like as if, like if you put like watercolor paint on a bed sheet and you'd see it all spread. It's like that, and it all sort of spreads across the silk.
That's cool. Is it ink really that you used, did you say?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. I loved it.
So you went to some quite cool places with that job, didn't you?
I did. I went to Malaysia. I went to Kenya.
Which was your favourite place?
Where was the third place I went? Mongolia. I went to Mongolia. How could I forget that? Do you know what? I think that was my favourite place because we didn't have any phone reception. And we were staying in these, they're called geysers. They're like big sort of tent yurt type things.
Yeah.
And there was a fire in there. We didn't have any lights. So when it got dark, you'd have to basically go to bed.
Right.
And then when it was light, you'd wake up naturally. And we were in the middle of nowhere. Like you just, like they're neighbours from little sort of where each family settles. The next family could be so far away. And you just look around and it's just grass and wild horses. And
amazing.
Yeah, and I was really nervous about going there and not being able to call anybody or, not having a toilet, all that kind of thing. And then once I was there, I loved it. Yeah, I don't think I've slept that well, ever.
I guess that is how we're supposed to sleep, isn't it? Like we're supposed to go to bed when it's dark and wake up when it's light. It does make sense.
Yeah, it was incredible.
How long were you there for?
Just a week.
Nice.
A week. And got to ride horses. Yes, I was terrible at it. Got to do some lassoing.
Yeah. All important life skills.
Really important life skills.
How was working with kids?
Actually, really great. I loved it. They were a really cool group of girls. And the premise was that it was kids who are sort of excelling in their sporting field, and then they would go to another country and compete against kids in that country at their sort of national sport. Amazing. So yeah, the girls were amazing. They threw themselves into it all. I can't imagine going that far away from home when I was, they were sort of like 14, 13 years old.
And did you compete in the sports as well?
Come on, Annie. I was merely there as a presenter.
You're a sporty gal.
We were on a walk earlier. There's another little Frenchie that lives nearby called Reggie.
Oh, are they friends?
They start out as if they hate each other. Then a few little bits of chicken later, they're doing all right.
Like adults, really, isn't it?
Yeah. She's a bit of a bitch to him. He wants more.
Classic playground tactics. You also write for kids' TV, don't you?
I do, yeah.
How's
again,
that?
Rose Johnson, she's getting a lot of airtime on this pod.
Yeah, she is. Would you
My
say
friend
it's
and
easier or
collaborator.
harder than writing for adults?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's easier in a way because often I'm writing on shows that are animated and that's quite freeing because it's like, yeah, they can somersault off a building and, you know, jump in the sea and then do this and do that. It's quite cool. You can sort of do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to keep remembering to try and put yourself back in your childlike state, which is fun. But what I mean is like in terms of the language you use and, you know, everything has to be quite sort of economical and like, you know, you don't get to be so wordy.
Is there ever stuff you write that they think is like too dark or
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely get notes back that are like, they can't go through that crusher in that way. That's a bit too much peril. Or,
right.
You know, they...
It's different to writing a late night Edinburgh show.
Very different. Something that I didn't realise, you can't ever in kids' telly say the phrase, you bet. Like, oh, I bet you're going to do this, or you bet you're going to do that.
Oh, really?
Because it's a reference to gambling.
Interesting. Quite American, that. Is that just in British TV you can't do that?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, haven't we got some exciting news for you? We are going to be at Latitude Festival from the 22nd to the 25th of July, doing a live podcast recording with a very, very special guest. So look out for us there. It's going to be incredibly exciting to be back at a festival and doing this podcast live. Can you imagine? Well, you don't have to imagine. Just come. Just come and see us.
Mine started off quite well, and I've made it worse as we've gone on, but I will.
What do you mean?
Well, I've just gone a bit heavy with the colour, I think. When it was a line drawing, it was quite nice and loose, and now it's just a bit like I've gone a bit too dark with the colour.
I'm a bit, okay, this is going to sound really pathetic, but I was kind of pleased with, oh my God, my daughter is going. Belle, oh, James is still here. He's going to get it. Belle, it's okay. I constantly have to remind Belle, I mean, I'm saying that like she's a human, that we live in a block of flats. We do not own this entire building.
Is she trying to run down?
Just whenever the doorbell goes, whenever you hear a neighbour, whenever there happens to be someone walking through the front door, she acts as if it's someone stepping onto her own manor and that they should not be there. What was I saying? Yeah, pathetic. I felt like I'd drawn this quite well. And
sorry.
I've looked back at it and I think actually, no, I really haven't.
So I've been to your flat, Camille.
Yes.
I was going to say, do you own any art? I know that you do, but do you want to?
We do own some art. Oh, my pencil's broken. Damn it. So in our living room, the room I'm in now, we've got a huge painting by a Mallorquin artist called Benassar. He used to be married to James's great auntie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, great auntie? Your grandma's sister?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. She went to live in Mallorca and married an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got married, he sent us that painting. It's sort of, it's like a sort of gold and black print. It's a large man looking down on the room.
It's great. I've seen
it. It is very
in real
cool.
life. It's really cool.
It is very cool. James's dad actually gave us some bits. His dad is quite and I think he did art at uni, and he's very into art, and he gave us some bits and bobs. There's what are they called? Right, in our bookshelf thing, it's like it's got a name. It's like a painting on a piece of metal, and it tells a story. They've got a special name.
I should probably know that, but I don't think
Hang on a minute, I'm going to Google it again.
Google it, yeah.
I just feel like I'm constantly Googling. Do you feel like whenever you try and sort of talk about something vaguely intellectual, you have to Google it?
Yeah, also, I think as a generation, we probably give up way quicker than previous generations who actually had to try and remember stuff. Or it would be
that's
like,
true,
hang
Annie.
on, I'll get the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Maybe at the point of learning something as well, you think...
I don't need to remember that.
I've got to remember that, because you'd be like, I'll just Google it later.
Yeah, that's true.
Painting. I'm putting in... Oh, no, it's Mexican. I think it's Mexican. Hang on. Mexican painting on metal story. That's what I'm going into Google with.
I'm excited to see what comes up. I've made Belle look quite miserable in this picture. I suppose she does look quite serious.
She always looks moody. She's got a resting bitch face.
I think all bulldogs have that, don't they?
That's the word I was looking for. Here, we've got a retablo.
Oh, yeah.
Votive paintings in Mexico go by several names in Spanish, such as ex voto, retablo, or lamina, which refer to their purpose, place, or material from which they're traditionally made.
So what's the tableau of?
So it's so they're usually religious.
Yeah.
And this one, has a cross on the wall, and then there's a woman in the bed praying, some kids in the other bed asleep, and I think what looks like a man on the floor drunk. So it's just a little sort of
Family life.
Fat family tableau. Dysfunctional family tableau.
Love it. And haven't you also got a wedding commission painting from the weasel one?
Oh, yes. Rose got us that picture of the weasels. Yes, we are, James and I, some people will think this is cute, some people think it's disgusting. Refer to ourselves as the weasels. It started out that my nickname was the weasel.
Yeah.
And
why?
Yeah. Why was I the weasel? I think it started actually with Brett Goldstein and May Martin when we were living together in Edinburgh, the three of us, and we wanted to have nicknames. I was the weasel. I think was Brett Moley, and was May. That means May was maybe ratty.
That's the worst one. No one wants to be ratty.
It's the worst one, but only the weasel stuck. So yeah, when we got married, Rose got us a painting of some playing weasels. It's also in our living room.
It's very good in a sort of woodland fairy tale setting, isn't it?
It's very cool, isn't it? And actually, next to it, I don't know if you can see them, we've got some little stuffed weasels. Not real stuffed weasels. They're like made by, an artist who makes little teddy things.
Oh, nice.
Some people have pigs, don't they? That's a big thing.
Do they?
Oh, I've seen that. Have you not seen that?
No.
Pigs in a house, little ornament pigs.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. It's usually in a sort of older grandma type house. They'll have pigs, or their thing might be ducks, and they've just got loads and loads and loads of them.
My mum's got some wooden ducks.
There you go. She's not grandma-y, but...
She's not grandma-y, no, we don't have any pigs.
But 20 years' time, she'll have more of those ducks. Have we got any other art? I'm just thinking.
Just a big mistake on the eye.
Oh, really?
I think I've recovered it.
Belle, come sit here. Okay.
Is she awake?
Yeah, she's awake now. Good girl.
Have you got any favourite artists?
Favourite artists? I really like Egon Schiele.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
I think that's a sort of hangover from school, because I remember at school being introduced to Gustav Klimt in art.
Personally,
I really liked.
Like, he came in.
He popped in. He said, "Camille, you're not the next Picasso."
Egon Schiele or Schiele.
But Egon Schiele. Oh yeah, I would say Schiele. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I think
actually.
it is Schiele. But all of his self-portraits look so much like my brother, which I always find really amusing.
What his face just really looks like your brother.
Yeah.
He's very Klimt-esque. I think he was a protege of Klimt. And he does sort of loads of self-portraits, and I like the pictures he draws of women.
Oh yeah.
Not the like crazy sexual ones.
Yeah.
There's some ones where they're like a bit suggestive, like some women in stockings, some women embracing.
Yeah, they're really beautiful drawings.
But yeah, I think they're gorgeous. That one I love. Seated woman.
They're all quite sort of angular, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
all the poses are quite. Yeah.
But and I really like. Do you know Barbara Walker?
No.
She does. She does like she draws huge portraits, like huge. So I first saw her work I went to the Turner Contemporary in Margate, where they had the Turner Prize. It was the year where the group of them were like, give it to all of us.
Oh yeah. 2019, I think that
2019, where they all won it as a collective. And in the gallery, as you went in, so her exhibition it didn't win the Turner Prize, but they had it as you went in the entrance. And she draws huge portraits, and so she'd drawn them directly onto the walls of the museum.
Oh wow.
And they're really massive. And she usually draws I think she draws all different people, but usually African and Caribbean heritage. And the one that I saw,
detailed. They're incredible.
yeah, they are incredible. They look like photographs, but she's drawn them onto the wall. They're amazing. And the one that I went to see, it was 5 different women that 5 black women that live in Margate, and she'd drawn them onto the wall, and then you could also listen to them talking about their experience of living there, and some of them had, moved there, and I just think she's so talented. I don't understand how someone can draw like that.
Yeah, because drawing like that on paper is hard enough, but onto a wall, like I'm always
Onto
so
a
impressed
wall.
by any sort of mural.
Like how does she plan for it to be that huge and then still make it so detailed? There's a painting that always sticks with me that it's not a painting that I would have up in my house, because it's kind of not depressing, but Francisco Goya.
Yeah.
The 3rd of May. I saw it years ago with my friend Jermaine, who I went to uni with. She lives in Spain.
Yeah.
And when she was living in Madrid, I went to visit her and saw this painting. And through life, there are things that stick with you, like a scene from a film or a line from a book, that for some reason they just pop into your mind.
Yeah.
This painting I'd say every week it just pops into my mind. Just the
Every
image
week?
of it. Yeah, honestly.
That's amazing.
It just pops into my mind, and I don't know why.
It's quite sort of harrowing.
It's a really harrowing image. It's like a row of soldiers lining up, pointing their guns at a group of people, including at the man who's got his arms sort of wide as if he's saying, I surrender.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very moving painting.
But it just, and it's not, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I would have that up in my bedroom.
Yeah.
But I just often think about it.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a really Well, it is beautiful in a way, but I can see why you wouldn't want it like up in your house.
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? Where you can have art that it's weird to say it's beautiful because it shows something harrowing or sad, but then the story of that or like the meaning of that stays with you more than the beauty of it.
It says here that it marks a clear break from convention, diverging from the traditions of Christian art and traditional depictions of war. It has no distinct precedent and is acknowledged as one of the first paintings of the modern era.
Eee.
There we go. Not my words.
Not my words. Words of Wikipedia.
Words of friend of the podcast, Wikipedia. I'm now really going into the background of this painting to sort of distract from the errors.
I've got really distracted. How much time have I got?
Well,
oh no,
maybe like 10 more minutes.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to really get to it. No, I'm gonna have to get to it. Guess what I just remembered?
What?
You're gonna be impressed by this. Well, I hope you are. An artist follows me on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Ai Weiwei.
What?
Yep.
Talk to me about this.
I just followed him on Twitter. I feel like he's like Barack Obama, who sometimes will just go through Twitter, and if someone's tweeted about him or followed him, he'll be like, yeah, I'll follow you, civilian rats.
That's so
and,
cool.
He just follows a few people, and I'm one of them. Got lucky.
What's going on with birthday girls? Have you guys got stuff coming up? What's the future of the sketch trio?
So we are, I don't know when exactly this will be going out, but we are doing a live podcast at the Underbelly Festival.
Ooh. Yeah, this will come out before then, I think. That's August, isn't it?
That is August the 21st.
Great.
5 o'clock. Our guest on the pod is Susie Ruffle.
Amazing.
So that'll be fun. So we're doing that together. And controversially, me and Rose are going to do a couple of live gigs.
Ooh. You've cut BT from the group.
We haven't cut her out on purpose. She's unavailable. She's unavailable at the moment.
Sure.
And yeah, she understands. Me and Rose we've got a need and a passion to get on stage and perform live.
Without her.
Without her. Finally.
And how's that going to change the dynamic of the group?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. Who knows? We don't know. We haven't done it yet. We've sort of going to start writing. It's going to be very loosey-goosey, just, trying out bits and bobs.
Quite fun to veer into double act territory.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it's like. I feel like we love performing as a trio. We really love it. But, it's good to try new things. It's just good to be back working and gigging live if you can. I really miss it.
Yeah. Is the plan to hopefully do Edinburgh as a double act next year?
We haven't talked about that. We've just said we've just signed up to do a couple of nights at the Stag Theatre in Vauxhall. A couple of fun nights, so we'll see how that goes.
Nice. Have you got a
name?
How
about you? Have you been gigging live much?
I've done a few gigs, easing myself back in gently.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice to perform in front of actual audiences again. And I think people are quite happy to be back watching stuff. So everyone's quite supportive, I've found.
I agree. It's nice to be out. I went to see a play the other day, The 7 Methods of Killing Kylie Jenner at the Royal Court.
Ooh, how was that?
Really good. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely to be back out.
Definitely.
Although, I did get into the whole watching stuff online thing.
Well, I think there is also a slight adjustment with audiences, like remembering they're back in a room. I feel like we're all quite conditioned to just having watched TV for a year and like online gigs where you're,
Yeah, well, me and Annie, like I said, got the telly on 18 hours a day, so.
Well, yeah, and the radio. What are you
Is that actually bad for the environment? You've stressed me out there.
Oh yeah, I imagine sort of
shit
using power and electricity where you don't need to.
No, but I am watching Bargain Hunt. I am watching it.
Oh, if you're watching it, then it's good for the environment.
What did you say? What's our name going to be? We haven't sort of given ourselves a group name. We've just called the night Rose and Cam's Late Night Jam.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I can't wait to watch it. Do you think Lucy will turn up and sit on the front row and be like scowling throughout?
I'd love it if she did. I'd love it. We should call her, live call her on stage.
Yeah, she'll be heckling you.
Tell her what we're doing.
I think
God, this
I
is
might
not
have finished this, although
really.
Well, just because the more I do, the worse it's getting. Abstract or realism?
Abstract.
Science museum or Tate Modern?
Tate Modern.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Lee or Dean?
Dean. Oh no.
French bulldog or French kiss?
French bulldog.
Belle or James?
Oh no. I feel like I was about to say Belle. James.
But we all know you meant Belle. Tortured artist or rational builder?
Tortured artist.
London or Reading?
Oh, Reading.
Beatty or Rose?
Well, I've got to say Rose because we're about to gig together and she's a really sensitive soul.
Can you separate the art from the artist?
Oh, God. I feel like I want to say yes, but I feel like that's not the right answer ethically.
Well, there's no right answer.
I mean, I really don't know about that. I've met I've had chats with people about this, and some people that say it's absolutely ridiculous to hold someone's art to account, to not engage with their art because of what they've done outside of their work, because then you would end up not watching, listening, reading hardly anyone.
Yeah. Art or tech?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Art or tech? Art.
Reading or writing?
Reading. Ooh.
And finally, dicks or pussies?
Pussies! You remember the film The Aristocats?
Yeah, I've never heard it said like that. But...
Remember the Disney film The Aristocats?
Yes,
I
do.
feel like if you're 5 years old, The Aristocats has come out, and your mum's gone, "Do you want to draw one of the cats from The Aristocats?" And then you've gone, "Yeah," and you've drawn this. That's what I've done.
How do you say aristocrat?
Aristocrat.
Do you?
Oh, hang on. Oh, is it aristocrat?
I don't
Hang
know.
on, how
I've
do you
just
say
never
it?
heard aristocats, but I love it.
How do you say it then?
I think I say aristocats, like aristocrat.
Yeah. How do they do it? They do it in the song, The Aristocats. That's how they say it. God, show me yours first.
Mine, I've just sort of fucked up the mouth bit that I was trying to describe. God, it looks quite demonic on screen.
Annie! That's incredible!
Thanks.
Oh my God.
It's a bit neon, isn't it?
That is why
Disco pop.
You are an artist. I love it. After the exhibition, I'll buy that off you.
Oh, you can have it.
Please. Do you want to see mine?
Yeah, it's free.
God. Okay, feel free to just react.
Oh my God, I love it. It's good,
Honey.
Camille.
Stop it.
No, it is. You've done the ears slightly more bunny-like than dog-like, but I quite like the colours are bang on. You've got the nice peachy, pinky ears and the green eyes.
She looks
And
like an
those little-
aristocrat.
The little marks above the eyes, which are really cute. It's great.
I've accidentally drawn a cat.
You've drawn a cat, rabbit, dog, and I love it. And I love that you've done the stars of the blanket as well, which I didn't have space for. But...
Thanks, Annie. See, you're like an art teacher. Oh, I should say I commissioned you to do a painting for my parents' wedding anniversary.
That was really fun. I loved doing that.
Istanbul. They love it.
Oh,
my mum's friends now follow you on Instagram, I believe, and my dad follows you. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was fun, that commission.
It was gorgeous.
Nice seascape landscape.
Yeah.
Thank you, Camille, so much.
Thank you. Do you know what? That was really fun.
Yeah, it was good.
And chatting means you're not thinking so much about what you're drawing, so it's quite relaxing.
Yeah, and I think you become less like precious about what you're doing because you can't get too stressed about it.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You're the next Picasso. I'm going to say it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Camille, and thank you so much to you guys for listening. Remember, if you want to see our paintings, that we're on Instagram and Twitter @SecretArtPod. Camille is on social media too, aren't we all? @CamilleUchan. And remember, if you're free, to get tickets to see Birthday Girls, Camille's sketch group, do their podcast live, Birthday Girls House Party, at Underbelly Festival on the 21st of August with special guest Susie Ruffle. That's going to be great, so I urge you all to buy tickets now. Have a good week and enjoy yourselves, express yourselves, keep your head up, keep drawing. Goodbye. Secret Artists is a Turtle Canyon comedy production for Acast. Music by Alistair Clayton, Quickfire Round music by Steve Dunn.
Did you know this podcast is powered by Acast? Acast is the home of podcasting. For creators looking for freedom to grow their listeners and make money too. And creative brands looking for smart ways to advertise. Podcasters and advertisers in the know Acast. It's time you did too. Visit acast.com to find out more. Acast, for the stories.